All right, we have drill number 1 of chapter 2. What we want to do is reinforce using English sentences the concept of case, and we suggested to you that case is the way in which Greek shows the function of each noun in the sentence. So we have the 5 cases. We have the nominative, we have the genitive, the dative, the accusative, and the vocative. And you can have those that information handy if it's helpful. But what we want to do is just go down through using English sentences and saying, look, if we were going to translate these words that are underlined in the sentences into Greek, which case would we use them? Would we translate them into? And so we'll just take a word at a time here. And here we have the first underlined word of the sentence. Well, let's read the whole sentence. The father threw the softball to the daughter of the mother. So we have some pretty obvious things here. The first obvious thing is a verb is the word threw. It's past tense, of course. And so we would expect a subject to go with the father. So the father would function as the subject of the sentence, which means that we would need to translate the word father into which case? We would need to translate that into the nominative case or the naming case. The nominative case is the one that we use for subject. The father threw what? So the direct object in English, the object of the sentence or the object of the verb, is the thing, if you will, that receives the action of the verb. What was thrown in this case? Well, the father threw what? The softball. Okay, so the softball would need to be translated into a particular Greek case. In this case, no pun intended, which case would you need to choose? The case of the direct object is the accusative case. The accusative. So you would need to write accusative over the word softball. The next one, to the daughter. What's our key word here? Our key, whoops, that really didn't help us, did it? Let me go back and clear that out. To is our key word here, but to the daughter is our noun phrase. And if we remember that the dative case is the to, for, in, by, with case, to, for, in, by, with, we would know that this phrase, in particular this word, would need to be translated into the dative case. That gives us kind of a hint. For this one, we have of the mother. Of the mother, and what case would we need for that? Well, that would be a noun in the genitive case. We would need to translate that into the genitive case. So go ahead and take a moment, and I want you to do the rest since we've walked through number 1. Do the rest just by writing the appropriate case over the word, and we'll go through these quickly, and I will point some things out to you as we go. So take a second, pause the video, and then do the rest of this drill number 1. All right, here we have the subject. The son had money for the mother of the friend. So here we have the son would be our subject. Our verb is had. Money is the direct object. Oh, just so we need to say the son would be in the nominative case. The word money would be in the accusative case because it's the direct object. For the mother, to, for, in, by, with. To, for, in, by, with would be the dative case. And of the friend would be in the genitive case. Now, let's think for a moment. Notice we have of the mother and of the friend here. These two are Greek ways of showing possession. So in English, we could translate this the mother's daughter, right? Or for the friend's mother. The mother of the friend is another way of saying the friend's mother. But for now, you can just keep it as a wooden, hard translation. But either way, that's in the genitive case because you have the of, and here the to, for, in, by, with of the dative. All right, number 3. Dog is in the nominative case because it's the subject of the sentence. The dog walked. This is what you call a verb that doesn't take an object. Well, technically it could. The dog walked the master, I guess you could use that. But here it's with the master. So this would be in which case? The dative. And of the son would be here in the genitive case. All right. Number 4. The man, the apostle, hid the book in the bag of the sister. The man is our subject. Here we have something I want to introduce to you. The man, the apostle, hid the book. So the man hid the book. So what is the function of the apostle here? The apostle is a restatement of the man, and so we would call that an appositive, A-P-P-O, appositive. You'll see that a number of times as you go along, and this is one of the legitimate grammatical things you'll see in Greek. But anyway, so the man is the subject, so it would be in the nominative case. Now the apostle is restating the man, so guess which case that will be in? That'll be in the same case as the word that's restating it. So these both would be in the nominative case. The book here is the direct object, so it would be in the accusative case. In the bag, dative case, of the sister, or the sister's bag, right? That's possessive, and so that's the genitive. All right. Class, turn in your homework. Class, turn in your homework. All right, so class is not the subject, is it? Technically, you have an assumed subject here. You would forget the word class from it. Turn in your homework. Who is the subject of the sentence? It's actually the word you, right? You turn in your class. Your homework, right? So class then, what is class functioning as? Oh, yes, it's the direct address. The speaker of the sentence is saying, class, you guys turn in your homework. So what we'll have here is the word class there would be used in the vocative case. Class, turn in your homework. All right, now, notice the word your. Your is a little bit tricky because it's a noun, but there's no key word that tells you which of the cases it is. But notice it's possessive. You could also say, turn in the homework of you. So that's going to be in the genitive case. That was a little tricky, but you can see why I was hinting above about the possessive, right? Of the friend is the friend's mother, or to the daughter of the mother. That would be the mother's daughter. Here we have turn in the of you homework, or your homework. And then the word homework, what is it here? Class. You turn in what? What are you to turn in? It's the direct object of the sentence, and that would be in the accusative case. All right, I think that should be enough for now to help us kind of understand. Again, we don't want you to rush through this. We don't want you to sit back and just belabor this until you have everything down 100%. We want you to keep moving. So my recommendation is, as soon as you feel moderately comfortable with this information, that you keep moving forward, because you will learn and reinforce this by usage.